I am not built for this.
Yep. Good times. Okay, well, where we left off, your group had handled the lightning T-Rex after some shenanigans, including the T-Rex thunderstepping to try to get your wizard on the broom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hulk has created some boots for Willow out of the hide.
Yes.
And it is the following morning at this point, after your long rest and all of the making of the boots getting done. So you are waking up. Hulk is sleeping, as currently is the rest of your party, other than the three of you.
Okay.
So what would you like to do? You do know on the map that here is where the supposed entrance to the tomb is, that Hulk was saying that he was interested in finding another way in versus trying to find all the puzzle cubes. I believe you have 3 or 4 now of them currently?
Yes, I think I have 3, and I think Hulk had the other one.
I think so.
I think that was the shenanigans we ended up with.
I definitely was not carrying any of them.
Hulkrum has the cat. I have look at my notes. Hulkrum had the cat snake cube. I'd gotten the froghemoth snake bear. Yeah. I wasn't putting their real names. I did initially, as you can see, froghemoth. Then it became cat snake, snake bear.
I love that.
It got less descriptive as I went because we know what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we know.
So it's first thing in the morning. You are waking up to the sounds of the jungle around you.
Okay.
Gross.
I'm trying on my boots. The fit is just right. It's amazing. God, Hulkrum does
Actually,
work.
when Eskrim gave them to her, when Hulkrum gave her the boots, Eskrim probably did a little minor illusion audio of the soundtrack to Cinderella. Just like fourth world breaking, like no one probably gets it, but he has a smirk as he walks off.
Yep. Giggling, and it doesn't make sense to anybody but
me, and that's all that matters. Yay for full rest. Let's charge all our stuff.
Yeah, I was like, well, but like we can just go. They're fine. We can go for a little exploration while they're sleeping.
Well, yeah, they'll be asleep for a while probably. We can probably look around. Yeah.
Totally.
I like this plan already.
I mean, we're just looking for an alternate entrance. No one said we have to go in it.
Yeah, just looking around. It's a scouting mission.
The GM decides to chase us in it, in which case then we're just SOL.
Yeah.
That's right.
It wasn't our fault at that point. That was divine intervention.
Okay. So in that case, are you guys heading towards that location marked on the map, or are you going to check somewhere else out, trying to find an alternate location?
I would say probably north on the map to the cliff face, and then proceeding along the cliff face to the location where we know it's at.
Okay.
So we're mark any other entrance possibilities we find on the way, and then we could probably go just as far past it. Also, I'm leaving a note, so they know where to find us.
Pin it to your brother's shirt.
Yeah, no, like straight up. No, I know better. I take a piece of gum, Arabic, that I chewed up, and I stick it to the note so that it's text facing him, and I stick the gum to his forehead very lightly, so that when he opens his eyes, he'll see the note text first, like that. He doesn't have a choice.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yes, I had little siblings.
I was going to say.
All right. In that case, as you are heading along the cliff face, go ahead and give me a perception check or an investigation check, whichever you would prefer, since you are actively trying to find an alternative entrance.
Okay.
Mine is perception.
I should have guidance to myself. Dang it.
I should have guidance to it myself.
I don't have guidance on this character. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Dang it.
So yes.
We need the morale boost that Holcomb has given us last time.
Right.
I like what you're doing. Take a point.
Well, I could inspire you, but not myself.
Yeah.
That's
not fair. You should be able to inspire yourself. You give yourself
that's
a little pep
that's a
talk.
later on ability.
It's just a little pep talk. It's fine.
Okay. Well, Willow, you actually see something pretty far ahead of you before anyone else does with that roll.
Okay.
Now,
What do my short eyes see?
So what you see looks like
A monster.
someone in a trench coat.
Okay.
With that roll, you can kind of see underneath that it looks like some brass scales. But it seems like there's 3 different voices coming from the trench coat, and it's not walking the way someone that just had 2 legs would be.
Is it perhaps, if I might ask, and I could do it as specifically investigation if you want, am I getting the vibe that it's 3 small things stacked upon one another inside said trench coat? Is that the vibe? Okay.
That is definitely the vibe you're getting, and you're definitely seeing, on occasion, 3 different snouts peeking between, like, buttons.
Is there a movie theater nearby? Why are they trying to see this? What's happening?
When one must do the over 18 Ruby, one must do what they must do.
I will point it out to my compatriots. Hey guys, that's 3 little dudes in a trench coat. I don't know why.
One on top of the other, like they're trying to look like one much taller person.
Yes.
But they aren't doing a very good job at it.
No, but I have the feeling if we say that, they'll be sad. So
play along. I actually have a really good idea.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
What if we go get one of those long coats and put it around the 2 of you so that you're doing the same thing? And you approach them in a similar manner.
I don't have a coat. Damn it.
Oh, if only we had
You're the only tall here. Do you have a tall coat?
I'm actually willing to consent to lend you my overcoat for this, but if you damage it, you're going to owe me.
Dibs on being on top.
Dang it.
Dibsies.
Okay. Oh, I've got to be
I said it first.
Low man on the totem pole. Come, right. I gotta get on my shoulders. Come on.
I mean, like, this is a very well-crafted overcoat, y'all. I mean, it's not magical, but it's, you know.
I roll up
great pride in my appearance.
Roll up the cuffs to a significant degree. So I have these short little arms coming out where, like, the elbows are. That's where my hands are.
Yeah, and I'm doing my best. I'll do my best not to burn it. Yeah.
You guys will be a little shorter because there's only 2 of you to the 3 of them, but I still think that this is the best approach.
I think so too.
Then I would like to walk right up to them and say hello.
Okay, and I'll carry you on my shoulders.
So Tucker, they're approaching the 3 kobolds stacked in a trench coat, wearing my overcoat stacked in a similar fashion, but there's only 2 of them to pull this off.
So we're a little bit shorter, probably.
So we figured out that it's kobolds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, she did 3 somethings. We just know better. So I was giving you the meta knowledge of what's happening right now.
I saw specifically a figure in a trench coat that sounded like there were 3 voices coming from it. I could see brass scales on their faces, and every now and then I'll see 3 alternating snouts poking out of different spots in the trench coat.
Awesome.
And then I, of course, suggested that if we're going to make an approach, they should approach in similar manner, because that just sounded like a fantastic idea for the gnome and halfling to reproduce.
So did they find us, or where did we find them?
So, Uski, when you woke up, these 3 of your companions had actually already left and had left a note on Hulk's face, letting Hulk know that they were doing a little bit of scouting to try to find potentially an alternate entrance to the tomb. Their scent with your nose would be pretty easy to follow. And if you...
Oh, yeah, I didn't read the note because I don't read, but I just... The food left.
Yeah. So if you were to choose to follow them, you would be coming up on them, seeing Willow and Fitz getting into a trench coat, one of them getting, Willow getting onto Fitz's shoulders, approaching another something that smells reptilian to you in another trench coat. And that's where we're at right now.
And the real fun part is here that Willow decided to be on top, even though I'm fairly certain that halflings are larger than gnomes.
Yeah,
so
I wasn't
they're
sure.
even more awkward than the kobolds are.
I don't have. Hold on. I am 3'2" and 40 pounds. I don't know about Fitzpop.
Oh, did I even decide how tall I was?
I rolled a random chart. I rolled a general.
I would think the big stupid gnome hat has got to be a problem on the bottom.
I thought it would be like a little bit like a cushion, like a bicycle seat.
Yeah.
That's how I'm thinking of it. Because I'm standing on his shoulders, it's a stabilizer.
Does Fitzpop actually have one of those hats?
I think so.
Right?
Yeah, he definitely has one of those those conical hats. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
that's traditional. I'll tell you.
Don't worry about me. I got this. Willow can make it work.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just yeah.
So yeah, I walk right up, or I guide Fitzpop for us to walk right up.
Yep,
and say hello.
Slowly shambling over.
Waddle.
Yeah, waddle. Well, I go forward and kind of have to start myself a little bit and straighten up.
I'm loitering back from this. That way they could make this approach safely.
The figure turns to you and says, "Hello, fellow human. You here to buy? We have stuff. We got lots of stuff. I have lots of stuff. I have potions and inks and things."
Oh, many things you have, fellow human. I too am looking for purchase things. Yes. I'll look back at Eskrim. Hell, and I'm mouthing it. Help me. And nod my head over like, is there anything you would like to purchase, fellow human?
Mm-hmm.
I need shinies. Need shinies for, and then pulls up, and it's like 3 different vials in each of his hands, and as well as some sort of chain of gold and a pendant. It's like, I have stuff. I need shinies for stuff.
Saying Chinese or Chinese?
Chinese. I don't believe that China would be a thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Does any of it look like the cubes that we've been collecting, or have a similar motif?
Well, in the hands, which are gloved,
Mm-hmm.
in gloves that are far too big for its hands, it's definitely got 3 different vials of something. The chain hanging down looks like it is the same style that the cubes are in.
Okay.
This one looks like it's some sort of monkey-ish looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's none of the actual cubes, but the style seems to be the same.
I'll point to that and ask how many shinies. How many shinies for a monkey?
50 shinies for this one.
Can I pull out 50 copper?
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know what they want. I'll pull out 50 copper. 50 shinies in a little baggie.
You hear from about the mid-range, wait, isn't it supposed to be the other shinies, the sparkly gold ones or the silver ones? Shh, you'll throw our cover.
Did you hear something, fellow human? It almost sounds like there's another voice nearby.
Nope, didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay, if you say so. Trade.
Yep. Hands you the amulet and takes the 50 copper, which disappears into the trench coat.
Feed it into the belly. Interesting banking system you have there, fellow human. Since I don't know anything about anything magical, I'm basically just going to hold on to this until we're away from this fellow human, and Eskrim can, or actually, you know what, even better, I'll slide it down my sleeve.
Okay.
So that Fitzpop can try and tell me what's up with this amulet.
Okay, yeah.
I'll think about this, and I'll push it inside the coat.
Okay, and so I get it. And I what would this be, like a knowledge arcana, or what would I be doing to try and identify this?
So there is an identify spell that'll actually tell you a lot more about it, but you can do an Arcana check to see if anything stands out, or whether or not it at least feels magical to you.
Okay, yeah, I don't have identify prepped, so I will do that.
You don't have to in 5th edition. You could do it as a ritual, but that would take time.
That would take time.
Ritual casting.
And you could also, if you have detect magic, you could just cast that to see if it radiates magic.
Oh yeah, I have detect magic. I'll just cast that. So they'll very quietly hear me cast it. Sight beyond, give me sight beyond sight. I'm trying to like,
and I'm like, man, my stomach's really upset today. Sorry, pardon me. Must be something. I
start elbowing.
My belly's grumbling. It's so weird.
Grumbly. Yeah. Grumbly tumbly.
You hear from the lower 3rd section. Hey, it sounds like there might be more peoples in there. Shh! No, don't blow our cover. Your detect magic does show that there is a faint trace of magic on the amulet. It's not super strong, so probably whatever it is isn't a really strong enchantment, but it is lightly magical.
Nice. It's magic.
Ooh.
About this time, I just slink up right next to Eskrim, and I give him like the biggest like, I don't get it look.
Eskrim apparently doesn't reply at this point. Or
sorry, I was looking at something over there. What did I miss? I apologize.
No, it's okay.
No, you're good.
Eskrim was distracted by what was going on and has no idea what just happened.
Definitely not whatever you're eating.
I'm eating rolls. Leave me alone.
I just showed up now, and I just
now showed up.
Walk up right next to you, and I give you a look of utter confusion.
I know because I already established that I like Usi, and I say, I think this is how the mortals on this plane communicate discreetly.
It's all about the trench coat, baby.
Yeah. This is awesome.
And I'm playing the When in Rome game. I don't know what's up,
We
but
think they're going to start throwing small objects. Sometimes they light them on fire.
I believe that.
They
better not get my coat on fire.
Fitz, since you did do detect magic, you do also see in several pockets of the trench coat various other magical items like glowing.
Okay.
Pretty much from all of the different schools of magic as well.
Colorful.
Yeah. When you cast that spell, I did just remember that detect magic wouldn't just be the one thing you were focusing on, but other things, including Willow's boots around your neck.
Yeah.
To glow.
That's probably really bright because they're like right here.
Yeah, and they were. I believe Holcrum had them. They were bright blue, if I remember right, because that's why I wanted them.
Yep.
So these electric blue boots, and my several
electric blue. That's the color of your shoes.
Yes, and actually several other things on Willow would glow magic. Stuff in her bag that now that I'm thinking about it, has on like a hunchback, and her short bow tucked in would be glowing as well.
Yeah.
We're lighting up from the inside like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, from my perspective, it's like Christmas in here, and
all of a sudden it's a little disco show.
Yeah,
it feels right.
What was Eskrim wearing under his coat?
Fishnets.
Oh, I'm just honestly, I know that Eskrim bought nicer clothing. I thought maybe I'm again confusing my characters because I don't have any clothing listed in my equipment. I know I had a big old bio description where I talked about clothing.
He's just standing
in Yankee trends, his entire testament to a decadent lifestyle, somehow immaculately amalgamated with the practicality of utilitarian touches added in to ensure the durability in the face of the elements. Despite the perfectly tailored high-quality fabrics and leather accents. So, yeah, he's dressed real nice.
Yeah.
Then I go and talk about his jewelry and the pan flute that he barely ever touches.
Pan flute.
Yes, he has a pan flute.
So also,
and rings.
So he's very well dressed.
Yes. Ebony Maw, people. You've all seen Marvel's Endgame and the Infinity War. You know the movie. Pivot.
Yeah, and Ebony Maw doesn't take his coat off.
Well, this one did.
Let's see. I would also say that the potion vials that the figure had held up, 4 of them radiate magic, 2 do not.
Okay.
As well as you are proficient enough in arcane that you can tell that 2 of the potions that radiate magic are health potions.
Okay.
Like healing potions.
Gotcha.
So the figure, after that transaction, goes, You want more stuff for shinies? Or should we go now?
I don't know. Let's see. Healing potion. What? I don't know how to communicate this up the chain. So, what would I do in this situation? So I'm seeing all of these colors. I'm thinking, there's good stuff. But like, what do we want? And they're also there, but they are kobolds. I'm increasingly growing concerned of that fact.
Yeah, you are close enough at this point that when one of the snouts comes out, it's definitely a brass kobold snout. That all 3 of them.
Gotta be the brass kobolds. Those are the worst ones. I don't think we should be giving them more money anyway. They're just going to spend it on their dragon, their draconic war machine.
Fireball.
But yeah.
Man, it's a good thing I'm not playing a gnome in this game.
Yeah.
You're gonna have problems in yours.
There's a bunch, yeah. So what?
Sorry, hi, I'm back.
Oh, no problem. Oh, so I was just deciding how to communicate with you up the chain that there's all this magic stuff, but also that I didn't really want to deal with kobolds, really.
Oh, that's fair.
So I'm kind of like, maybe I'm slowly shuffling backwards while you're still talking, but we're still kind of like
I eventually recognize that we're moving, and it's backwards.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, I forgot. I guess I think an errand, baby, to do. I gotta go. I'll be back. Maybe. Maybe. Thanks. Bye. And I guess
that's perfect.
Just let him lead us away.
Yeah.
As you are somewhat stumbling away.
Yeah.
Shuffling away, I think might be a better term. You do hear a couple of the voices go, Evier's gonna be so happy, we got shinies. And they also shuffle away.
I move towards them as they start to walk away.
I follow
circling them.
I stay beside Uski because, he's my boy.
Are you also clients? We have items for shinies.
Do you have cubes?
Cubes?
Yes.
We've got various cubes. Hold on. Pull up the cubes.
It's like a bullion cube.
I get really close.
Yeah. You hear...
And then I take...
Go ahead.
And then I take my paw and I just put it on whatever foot is peeking out of the bottom of this coat. Like I don't claw them or anything. I just put it on them and slowly shift my weight onto it.
Hey, Scritch, he's getting a little close. I think it's time to go. He's on my foot. Oh shit! That's a really big bopper. And
are you going to sell me a cube and I'm just trying to distract the one at the top that doesn't feel what's going on? Dividing and conquering here, sensory on 2 different angles.
I start
very engaged.
A little into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the one on the top is holding out what looks like dice right now.
I minor illusion one of the example cubes that we've already found.
Okay, we'll get back to that. The one in the middle actually pulls out a wand.
Dang. about to go down.
I do need.
Is he gonna boop Uski?
It's possible something weird's gonna happen. Okay. Gotta pull it up. Go ahead and give me a D100 roll Uski, please.
Uh-oh.
It's
So
one of those
100.
wands.
Yeah, it's one of those ones.
Eat it. I highly advise it. I mean,
Yeah, that went really well. That went really well.
it did actually. One of Sim's favorite meals ever.
You just became a big fucking gas cloud.
Of course it
But
had
did
to
you
be
die?
that. So,
But did you die? That should be Sim's
how
motto.
far away did Willow and Fitz get?
How fast is Fitz's movement speed?
I think about 20 feet.
Maybe I imagine at least half that because we were trying to. I would think we'd be trying to be kind of subtle, and also you are carrying me, so you're probably not getting your full movement.
So probably like 10 or 15 feet, probably. Yeah.
Okay, so not quite far enough away then, as out of the wand comes a fireball. And I need all of you to make dex saving throws.
I think I misspoke when I said I don't think we're moving full movement speed. I meant I backflip off of Fitz and into a tree about 30 feet away. Okay, wait, did you say dex saving throw?
Yeah, dex saving throws.
All right.
Let's see here.
Of course it had to be a fireball.
I'm like,
could it be like the
do I
rainbow
have
down to the
something
sky?
to help with this?
So I'm assuming he must do it right on the other side of me, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of in his space.
Yeah, so it's like just on the other side of you, which is definitely why Willow.
Can you counterspell a wand?
I don't believe it's ever come up. It is. I would say yes. It is possible to do that.
Well then,
It is still a spell.
I will attempt to counterspell the wand, like so nonchalantly.
Okay.
Go from steepled fingers to just no.
Well, Fireball's only a 3rd level, so you counterspell it, and then you hear it's like it's not working.
Except it wasn't. They didn't cast a fireball, right? They casted a wand of wonder that then created a fireball, so it might be higher than 3rd level.
According to what it reads under Wand of Wonder, it actually says you cast Fireball.
Okay, cool.
So
Okay.
I would say because of the way it's worded, it is still as though the spell was coming out of the wand. Versus if you rolled something else and it was a stream of gems coming out of it, the way it's worded is it's a stream of gems starts spewing out. So
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
That's at least how I'm going to rule it for today, because that makes sense to me at the moment.
Eskrim just looks like super smug when the hand just comes back to steeple again. And I lean over to like where about that middle one's face is, and I say, that's a little on the rude side, don't you think? And I persuade him.
Is he
put the
still
wand.
holding the wand of wonder out?
Yes, he is.
I'm trying to persuade him to put that down right now.
Okay, with that persuasion skill, you see the wand goes back inside, and the front of it closes. And you hear whispering again back and forth in the trench coat, and the one on top says, "Did we see one of those cubes?" And you hear a little bit back and forth in Kobold, if anyone speaks that. Down to this. Does anyone speak Kobold?
Sadly not.
I speak Draconic, yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Should be Draconic if I remember right.
Then yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So you hear them going back and forth, and it's like, down to the south, you know where those guys in red robes were. And didn't they have several of them? Like, okay, but how much are we gonna ask for this info? I mean, we don't want to give it away for free. And
And I move my foot back.
So the one on top, the foot goes, like, steps back into the trench coat again. And the one on top says, we may have seen, or I may have seen some of those cubes. What would you offer in shinies for the information?
The cube itself, or information about a hypothetical cube?
Information where we saw 4 cubes.
That cannot be
We
verified.
have no
Yeah.
pockets.
I think that I'd be buying information that I have no way of verifying. It doesn't sound like a very good deal for us.
So, less shinies for that then. And if you need pockets, we do have... Pull out the harness! Out of the trench coat, it's a harness that would then have 2 bags on either side. It definitely looks like it's something that would fit on a 4-legged creature. With
Okay, I grab it and I just try to pull it away.
Tug of war, go!
Okay, go ahead and
Thank you.
Wait, no! We need shinies for that! Kobolds aren't very strong. I'm pretty sure that there's no way they could beat a strength contest with you.
Yeah, but are they going to be able to stay on top of each other when I pull?
That is Let us find out.
What kind of core strength are these kobolds working with? Well, I want to know. How sick are their abs?
Okay. There it is. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Yeah.
They do not manage to stay on top of each other. All 3 of them fall. You hear a little squeak sounds as they fall kind of on top of each other, and they're tangled up in the trench coat, and it takes them several moments at least to untangle themselves.
Do we see any goods roll out? It's only a 19. I double-clicked, so ignore my natural 20. As much as I would like that to be the case.
I'm actually walking away with my bags.
Okay. You do see several items like peeking out. They seem to be supposed to be in various pockets on the inside of the trench coat, but like a little
Nothing tumbled free.
Several things tumble free, including what looks like a few vials, a bag of coins, as with the 20.
I'm going to pick up the bag of coins and say, huh, I seem to have come into a bag of shinies for trade.
Those are shinies.
That's odd. It seems to be in my possession right now. What would you like to trade for these shinies? Perhaps some cubes?
Willow, you do also see what looks like a bracelet tumbled out into the grass as well.
Okay. Now that they're out of their coat, I'm just gonna whisper down to Fitzpop, like, hey, I kind of want to get that bracelet. Do you mind if I hop down?
Go for it.
If I can, I want to jump off his shoulders out of the jacket so that the jacket just kind of falls onto his shoulders so that he's wearing it.
Yeah.
Right.
So just, wow.
It's just like split my arms out and jump out.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Okay, how badly am I about to goof this?
No,
Really not super badly?
not too bad. It's not quite as graceful as you were hoping.
Yeah.
You do get out without tumbling or causing Fitz to tumble as well. And the coat is still on Fitz, so it's not like a perfect fit. It doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the way down. It's long, but it's like I got through the cuff, the sleeves and stuff. I'm all like.
As for Esk, one of the kobolds looks up and goes, "You don't take our shinies. We tell you, it's just to the south. It's the red guys. They've got like 4 different cubes. They've been collecting them for some reason."
What do your shiny? How many shinies do you have in your bag? and I just like hold up the bag. How do I know this is your shinies and not my shinies?
Well, we got the 50 from you. The 50 kind of darkish ones, and then we have 20 of the bright silver moon-like ones, and 10 more of the beautiful brassy ones.
So I'm gonna sit down cross-legged actually and pour them out and start like shuffling them into piles and counting them to verify this.
Oh my god.
As I do that, I'm going to go ahead and add one of my own coins in just to see if they notice. And I rolled very poorly, so they may.
Yeah. Passive perception on them is 8, and they are watching you. So yes, and all 3 of them hold up their finger and go, no adding, no adding, no trying to cheat.
Oh, you don't want my shinies anymore. Free information, fantastic. And I go ahead and scoop up their coins and pass them back to them. My money's no good here. I like it. Everything's on the house.
They all 3 look at each other and take the bag of coins. And go, this has been a rotten deal. I know. Tuck's dealing with these. And the one whose voice Willow would, and all of you would recognize as being the one that was on the top, goes, okay, fine. Just down the main stretch of road, you'll get to a side thing that you go to the right. There's a whole bunch of Umis there wearing red robes. They collected at least 4 of the cubes, and they are down there, and they're there. And that was the information they wanted. Yes, that it was in the information. We got our coins back. They got the information. Grab our coat. We gotta go. And so they start gathering up their coat.
Did the red robes buy anything off of you?
As they are scampering off, they look back, ink and paper, and then continue running away.
Do they run off while I still have the bracelet?
Yes, they do.
They were very distracted by their shinies in the bag.
Yeah,
I was gonna throw them more money.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
They're terrified of Uski. Really distracted because their shinies almost went away.
Poor baboon.
Had a rough day.
Usi is trying his best to strap these things onto himself by himself.
Oh,
Willow will offer help,
yeah.
but she doesn't
He will allow you to help.
Yeah, okay. Then Willow will help him put that on before she examines the bracelet.
Okay. The harness with the bags on it, it's pretty easy to put onto Uski once you have a second pair of hands to assist. It does have straps that are adjustable, so it's not even tight. Willow is able to get it to the perfect fit, where it's not too loose and not too tight. And now you've got 2 bags.
Cool.
Yeah.
As,
free.
Yep. As for the bracelet, it is a golden brassy looking bracelet with green and purple gems in it as well.
Pretty.
Okay. Do I recognize anything about it?
Go ahead and give me either a history or Arcana check.
Oh, they're the same roll. A not super great one. So we'll, yep, that sounds about right.
It's got a really pretty dragon motif on it.
Ooh, pretty dragon. I'll put it on.
Would you like someone more knowledgeable to look at it for you?
Oh, sure. I'll hold it up.
Oh, you meant me. Got it. And I go.
Oh, as he says that, I pull my hand back and
I
go,
grab it and I turn around to Fitz and I'm like, Von Boom Boom, perhaps you could take a look at this for Madam Willow. And like, I very reverently push it forth, like I'm buttering up both of you, like very clearly in how this is playing out.
And so I'll trade you the I think I'm still holding the monkey amulet, right, or whatever the.
Yeah, you were examining.
Yeah, so I'll trade that with Esper. I'm like, ooh, pretty nice dragon. Yeah, I'll look it over and I'll make it.
A little check, and I spin it.
I'll reach up for it. And Willow at this point is just confused because she's used Eskrim or asked Eskrim to examine things in an arcane manner before, and it went fine. So she's confused why he's feigning ignorance, but she will accept that.
I didn't feign ignorance.
Did you guys see? There's a dragon on this. There's a dragon in gems. Oh, it's very pretty. I didn't really. I didn't really study jewelry very much at wizard school, but it's very pretty.
Oh my gosh. Okay. What did I get before I passed it off?
So the bracelet itself does not seem to be any magic that you're used to, but it is actually worth quite a bit. It's worth at least 100 gold.
Ooh.
The necklace that you're twirling, though.
I whisper to Bon Boom Boom, I'm pretty sure you know a spell to figure out what this does.
Oh, that's right. I think I do, don't I? And I'll start getting Identify start preparing to cast Identify
when
as a
he's
ritual.
distracted and actually starts working, then I give Willow like one of those smug. You just have to help some people sometimes.
You have to guide them to come to their own conclusions. It makes them feel like they've earned it.
Okay, so
Breathe. Everybody breathe.
everyone breathe. Identify, if I remember, as a ritual takes 10 minutes to cast.
I'm
Not great.
11 minutes, I think.
Right, 11 minutes.
And a word from our sponsors. Oh, wait. We don't have sponsors.
We don't.
Yet.
Okay.
Someday.
So, with the Identify, the necklace you got, it's a magical key.
Okay.
If you can actually find what it opens, all you'd have to do is take the amulet and push it up against it, and it'll unlock whatever it is.
Okay. So this. So I guess I would pass that along, more or less the same for phrasing. Yeah, like this should unlock a gate or a barrier of some sort. I imagine it would have a monkey theme based on that it has a monkey on it, but it's a very, very well enchanted item. I admire the craftsmanship.
Oh, yay!
Maybe you could sell it to the red robe things that are to the south.
Oh, the red wizard, yes.
Oh,
they're wizards. I missed that fact.
I would have. I mean, the red. There's not humans in red robes. There's around these parts. There's not a lot of room for guesswork there. Yeah, they're usually red wizards, but I guess they could be. I don't want to discriminate. They could be other types of
collective of bards, and they're just working on like a quartet or something. You never know.
Oh,
Bards.
yes, yeah.
Ponces. Puppy.
No one. All right. So I'll put on now got a pretty necklace and a pretty bracelet, and we have vague ideas of what those things do, so I feel safe wearing them. And
Suddenly our halfling turns into a dragon-snouted monkey. Looks like a kobold. It's so weird.
My aesthetic right now is normal halfling with like a glowing bow, bright electric blue T-Rex skin cowboy boots, because he specified that, a big-ass monkey amulet, and a purple and green dragon bracelet with gold. And I'm making statements. I just don't know what those statements are.
It's a look. It's a real
look. It is a look, and I am committed.
Yep.
It's still better than a conical hat.
Yeah.
That was surprisingly comfy. You should try it.
Wouldn't sit right with the ears. You'd have to cut little notches for it to stay right on his head.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to go refill my beverage. Would you guys like to chat regarding what direction you want to go?
Oh,
whether we're going to keep looking for the alternative entrance to the caves, or if we want to go chat with these things in red robes for their 4 cubes, which probably isn't going to be a very peaceful conversation.
No, it's going to be super great. Based on how all of this went so far, this is going to be really polite, and it's going to go well.
I can already see it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give them 50 copper. They'll give us whatever we want, and then go away. That's the precedent that we set tonight.
Yeah, then there'll be a shakedown. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't a shakedown. That was a tug of war where the dog won. That's all that was.
What it was a battle of wits. It's a good thing that death wasn't on the line.
Yeah.
I don't know that we'll have that kind of luck with the things in red robes.
Probably not.
Well, you won't know until we go find out.
Mhm.
Come on, I don't have any kind of self-preservation. Let's
Clearly.
go test it.
I want my coat back now.
Oh yes.
Or would you like to approach them in the same manner?
No, go ahead and take
Oh
it.
my god, wait. New theme.
Yeah, let's Operation. I think Operation 2 and 1 was a great success, but I think we need to move on to further endeavors.
Operation Human.
Operation Human, yes.
Operation.
Yeah, we'll put that in the book for later.
Yeah, that's in the playbook for later.
Don't like that. In case it wasn't clear by the way I was pronouncing it. Operation Human.
Operation Human, yeah, HOO.
Mhm.
All right, we'll save it. But now we know, and we have a code word. So
The fun part is that Fitzbon Boom Boom probably has a playbook that he's added that to phonetically
oh my god.
and drawn like a little picture with
Really
arrows pointing
Yeah,
out
with arrow,
and
X's and O's and arrows
and
pointing
then in
different
the
directions.
distance, like behind a bush, is Eskrom and Uthki.
Make sure to take a note that the hat is integral because that's the seat. That's where the comfort comes in for the one on top.
And
I appreciate you not jingling the bell. A lot of people just jingle the bell the first chance they get, and it's just it's still humiliating. I get it, but it's like it's part of my heritage, man. You know.
You can see Willow visibly grab her own hand back from the instinct of she hadn't noticed the bell, and you pointed it out, and she immediately started reaching for it. She's like, no, okay, bad hand. Okay. All right, we're gonna go and see the red robe men.
Yes.
Okay. Because why not?
Okay, so the main thoroughfare that the kobolds had pointed down is this one, and they had pointed straight to the south and had said, look to the right for the red robes.
Mm-hmm.
As you walk to the south, you do see to this right, there looks like there's an overturned cart in amongst these buildings. Doesn't seem to be anything that would indicate human habitation, though, outside of the ruined buildings that are already there. Down this way. That's the right one, isn't it, Becca? Yeah. Yay, I did remember. You see some yellow banners around this area, as well as an old campfire. Amid these ruins is an abandoned campsite. Torn black backpacks and rotted gear litter the ground around the 3 moldering tents. At the center of the camp, you can see a scrap of dirty yellow cloth hanging from a crude wooden flagpole. So definitely, at least in this area, you can see that there was some human habitations. You can see, or I should say, Uski, you can smell that there has been human traffic in this area recently, within at least the last few hours. You can still kind of smell them on the air.
Can you ping where we are?
Right.
Sorry, can you ping where we are on the map? I'm a little lost.
There we are.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Recently abandoned. These humans are dirty.
Dirty. Most of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like to speak ill without company present, but yes, not the freshest smelling of species. No.
I prefer to talk shit right to their face.
Yes.
He kind of knocks over tattered stuff and.
I want to take a look around and see if anything catches my eye.
All right, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Investigation. Not as good. That's still fine.
Bum, bum, bum.
I sense humans as well.
With the 19, you can at least tell that they have been making this as their actual camp. Seems like it was probably around midnight that whatever happened that cleared them out.
Okay.
You do also find a pack with a red robe in it, which, if you showed a Fitz would recognize as one of the Thay Wizard robes.
Okay, I would definitely show him that robe. We can conclude, though, that they didn't leave willingly. They left in a rush, like something scared or fought them off.
Definitely looks like there was bloodshed here, as well as possibly looks like there might have been ice and fire magic thrown about. Possibly.
I will.
Burn marks and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, burn marks.
I'll share. Go ahead.
Sorry. Does it match the robe that the stone man was wearing?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Whisper would just point all that tracking kind of stuff out.
Okay. So what? So signs of a struggle.
No bodies, though.
Yeah, no bodies.
Yeah, no bodies, though.
We could find them. They stink. And I will be sniffing around at the ground, like in the direction that I think they went.
All right, go ahead and give me a survival check with advantage because of your sense of smell. Great. It does smell a little bit like there might have been a rain recently.
When I see him like go in a circle behind his own tail, I'm just gonna like kneel down in front of him and give him like a little pep talk about how I know these things smell really bad. Even with my flattened nose, like I can pick up on that. But we really need him to focus because, you know, the cubes are the only way we're gonna find this lich, and air quotes are totally happening every time before going back to steepled fingers. And I will convey to him them.
The lich.
I will give him bardic inspiration accordingly, which is a D8 to try again.
Can I try again?
Yeah. If he's trying to
Pep talk you.
pep talk you and give you inspiration.
You have a D8 to add in there if you want.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Or 29?
Yeah, 29. You definitely know they
Wow.
went to the north. You've got a firm trail. You can tell that there's something almost sulfuric that might have been leading them away. So something that doesn't smell quite normal, but they seem to have been leading it to the north. You can follow their trail, and it does seem to be going, if you go to the northern section of the map, and if you follow their trail, it does seem to be going to that same location that you were told was the entrance to the tomb.
Okay. Usi looks at everybody and then points forward and then takes off running in that direction.
Okay.
Well, not like sprinting, but very quickly. Like.
Okay. So, as you follow Uski, I am guessing that you were following him and not leading him to leading him. When you get to the northern section of the map, back to, I hope you all can see the ping.
Yes. The star.
There are 4.
Okay, yeah, I see it, the star, yeah.
Yeah, the star. So you do find 4 human bodies in red robes at the front entrance, as well as 2 more people in what looks like adventuring gear. There it is. You do find, I'm going to have to shift to chapter 5, but a vine-draped obelisk marks this entrance.
Okay.
It doesn't tell me the page, it just tells me go to chapter 5, 125, okay.
Oh, yeah.
6 bodies or 4 bodies and 2 living people in an adventuring gear?
Nope, 6 bodies total, all dead.
Can we determine what killed them?
You can check out their bodies and try to find out.
You can try.
Yeah, not in the like what creature or thing did this so much as what was the cause of death.
Okay.
So like bludgeoning or fire or
Okay.
that kind of.
It does seem like.
Do I still smell the sulfur?
You do still smell the sulfur. It definitely seems like there's some acid burns as well as fire burns and pretty large claw marks like ripping some of the bodies apart.
Ah, this was an upsetto. This was an upsetto creature.
Yeah, it's not pleased now. He's been up the
So
tearing.
not pretty
having a
little
good day.
brass dragon wannabes in the coat then.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Probably not.
That's what I wanted to rule out first.
Does the lich smell like burning?
Typically not, no, but I mean it's possible.
It's here.
The burning thing is here. Where?
I'm just pacing around now.
Can I climb up high somewhere to get an vantage point and try and look around?
Certainly.
Since the smell seems to be pungent enough that now he's having trouble tracking it. I'll climb the tallest tree.
Okay.
I really want to go invisible and disappear until you guys figure this out, but I won't.
Bye.
I'm not doing that though.
Deuces.
Eskrim's just like standing in the middle of the clearing, just like fingers steepled, like completely uncaring.
His emotional attachment is pretty stunning.
Yeah.
Yep.
What should I just roll a perception when I get to the top of that tree?
Yes, please.
Again, watching my tiny eyes.
All right.
Don't fall and scuff your boots. My brother's not making you a new pair anytime soon.
I'll be careful.
All right. From the tallest tree you can find next to that obelisk, that very dark stone obelisk that marks the entrance, you can kind of see to the southeast that there looks like that section may have been a trading market in the original city. And you can kind of see some of those brass-looking kobolds darting in and out of the buildings of that area. Kind of seems like there might be a pack of them doing some sort of business there.
Doing business.
To the south, you also see from your vantage point that you can see what looks like Revruin, the red dragon that Esk and Hulk had arrived with. But she's flying in the air, and there is definitely a kind of brassy gold, much larger dragon that she seems to be darting down into the canopy, being followed by this thing, and then flying back up as though they were playing some sort of tag or please don't eat me type thing.
Does it look serious?
Yeah, I'm going to relay that info immediately to Eskrim. Does your dragon normally play tag?
I don't have a dragon. Dragon has us, sort of, rather.
Does your employer? I forget the circumstances of your...
Oh, no, we pay her.
So, the dragon that you are familiar with, do they frequently play tag with much bigger dragons?
I don't. Do I know that?
It's good to know you're so attentive of the people around you. Really, it's inspiring.
I'm pretty sure Holcrum has the better bond with the dragon.
Probably, yeah, I know.
So, from Esk's relationship with Bruin, she had said when you first arrived here that she had smelled another dragon. She hasn't, in any recent time frame, taken up relations with another dragon, and you have known that most dragons are pretty territorial of their area. Those things you at least know just from your association with her. Willow, as well as everything else that you have already seen, to the east, you can see a waterfall that actually spills into this kind of like valley that Omu is in. And you can see kind of, if you want to scroll a little bit to the eastern side, and hopefully you can see my ping.
Yeah.
Kind of in this area that is flooded, you can actually see a emerald-looking tower coming out of the water that is large enough that you think you probably should have been able to see it in one of the other large trees that you had been in recently. Or even when all of you had been down at that little island in the center of the lava, that because of where it was located, you probably should have been able to see this giant green tower. Which I'll even mark it on the map. It looks like it's right here. Big green tower. Definitely think that you should have been able to see it, so that either something caused this to spawn or it was hidden somehow.
Okay. I will also relay that information. Basically I see the kobolds playing human, I see the dragons possibly playing tag, and I see a green spire that looks like it rose from the water over there, or otherwise was disguised until recently.
Oh, green spire.
We don't have any experience with hidden towers in gemstone colors.
Right.
Okay, it sounded like both Chester and Tucker might have been talking at the same time.
Sorry, mine was out of character anyway. Okay. Go ahead, Tucker.
Liches are tricksy, right?
He's not wrong.
Generally, yes, yeah.
Lich Tower. Maybe.
Or maybe another cube.
Either way, I'm down.
Yeah,
Well, we still have
Kind of
four
hot and
cubes.
stuffy.
We still supposedly have 4 cubes with the guys in the red robes.
Go ahead and
I start scratching around looking for cubes.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check then.
Oopsie. I'm distracted. I'm too busy seeing the big picture to focus on the details at the moment.
There's a lot of interesting things up from where you're located.
But the way that I look for cubes is I go to the bodies and I pick them up by the ropes and I just shake them until they fall out of the ropes.
Okay. Yeah, doing that.
Boy.
We should start marking these. Which ones do we have?
I'll mark them. I know.
Hopefully that actually shifted over.
Yes, we can see the cubes and what is probably a grid for later.
Yes. All right, so you do have.
Spoilers!
You have the froghemoth, this one. You've got the snake already. You have this guy, the
snake kitty.
and then you also have the screaming monkey, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yes.
I will double check my notes to make sure.
God, that smile in the eyes. I don't like the monkey. It's the only one. That's face. I'm like, I could do without that.
Yeah, so that one. Yes, those should be the 4 that you have. So the 4 that you find on the wizards is one that looks like a rabbit with a horn.
Okay.
You see a snail with multiple tentacles coming out of its head.
Mm.
You see the koala bear with talons that has been following Hulk around.
Mhm.
And then you see what looks like some sort of water egret type bird.
Mm.
Put them with the other cubes.
So the only one missing is the one that looks like a little tiny frog with giant eyes.
It's a Kuatoa. Okay.
All right.
Got quite the collection going here, kids.
Yeah.
So do we go get the others or do we go find this tower?
You can go find. That's loud. We can go to the tower
Yeah,
and
let's-
just check it out and get a good vantage point.
I'm for that. Sure, let's check it out.
How are we getting to the tower?
That's a good question.
Yeah, her giggle just made me double think this entire decision right now. I don't want to go anymore.
I don't want to swim. It's just a light swim. It's a hot day. The sun's out. It's nice.
What should we do?
I mean, I could try and flag down my friend the dragon over there, but she might bring some unwelcome company with her if they're not having fun.
Oh, but if they are having fun, 2 per dragon. Yeah, let's go to the dragons first. We know about the tower. We got a bunch of cubes. If we can get double the dragons for transportation, the better.
Becca keeps covering her face with her hand. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore.
I'm sorry.
Every
my headset
choice.
actually shifts my glasses. I have to keep adjusting them.
Nope, I think those are genuine reactions to my suggestions, and I don't like it.
Dragons it is.
Whichever way you want to go first.
As a person
Dragons
who routinely kills his own characters, I don't like the way you're reacting right now. That's everything.
I believe. Good.
Oh, I keep bamfing myself onto the tops of buildings that are around 20 to 30 feet high, trying to see if I can see these dragons.
Once you get up to about 30 feet on one of the buildings, you can actually see them. And at this point,
Roll for initiative.
you do occasionally see bursts of fire coming from, or at least some sort of breath, something coming from the larger brass-looking dragon as the 2 of them are darting in the air.
Look, he's trying to keep her warm. It's so nice, so polite.
Yeah,
Let's go say hi.
You can also see the green tower once you get about 30 feet tall as well.
Is there a clearing nearby?
Maybe. Yeah.
From where you're at?
I'm asking the people who have the vantage.
Okay. From the vantage point, the nearest clearing is where Willow saw the kobolds in what looks like might have been an old trading area.
Oh, that's quite the backtrack, isn't it?
Well, it's either that one or where your companions are by the amphitheater and dead T-Rex.
I was just thinking logistics of landing a dragon, you know.
From the vantage point as well, let me find... There it is. Okay. Where is... Where should we... No. I need you to go further over. Why are you not letting me? Bad marker.
Do we need to zoom out? It's all black.
Oh, you're still getting zoomed over to where I need you to be.
Okay.
Yeah. From the vantage point, as we wait for all of this to fill in. So
It's totally Derek's fault that that's in my head because he mentioned an Animaniacs script today on Facebook, and I've had Looney Tunes music in my head all day. Thank you.
okay, so from the vantage point of your
Well, you're welcome.
From the vantage point of those up on the roofs, the dragons were flying originally kind of here in this area and are moving more towards the west towards these mountains.
Oh, so they're far away. They're not even close.
Yeah, they're not super close. It's just from their vantage point they can actually see them.
They are not going to hear my pan flute at that distance.
They're definitely flying fast, and they're not staying in one location for any length of time.
Yep, I got nothing to go that far.
Yeah, they do almost seem to be circling, though, as though like they don't want to move too far away, that once whatever's happening is done, it's not like Riverwind is going to go and abandon you because you haven't paid her for this trip yet.
Mm-hmm.
Get back over there. There. Okay. What's great is the stream saw me like trying to drag it over and it just going, no, I really want it to come over.
You have evidence of Roll20 fighting you.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Well, I go back down to the ground. Too far to even see. Boring.
Well, then I guess we'll have to find a better way out to the tower. Preferably one that doesn't involve swimming. I don't really trust the water in this place. I feel like people would be a lot cleaner if the water was healthy. And, well, as Uski's nose has confirmed, they are not clean in any sense of the word.
Always nice to have water you can see in when you're swimming. Generally, yes.
Oh, no.
We've been in the water before, though.
Mm-hmm.
Who has? I haven't been in any water. It's preposterous.
At least in the water, last time you got into it, from where you were by the fallen tree, there wasn't anything that attacked you, and it seemed to be fairly fast-moving water, so it wasn't stagnant and filled with mosquitoes or anything like that.
Gotcha.
No piranhas or anything, gators or...
Nothing that wants to gnaw us.
Not at the time that you were in it.
See? See how she's getting evasive, guys?
DM rule 101, be evasive.
Right.
Make them
I feel like if we go down to here, we could hopscotch across these buildings here.
Hopscotch. Okay. That's a...
Yeah, we just give Uski a rope, he teleports over to this one, and then, we crawl across the rope, work our way over to that one, and that one. Escrum's really trying hard not to get in the water.
That would be the closest if you were not trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The closest, considering the towers...
Actually, we might be able to make this distance right here and then walk around that wall, but I don't know how thick that wall is.
It's a possibility.
Did we decide this map's to scale? I forget.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
You can use the
Okay, so right from the shoreline to that wall, 15.2 feet to the corner. Boom.
pretty...
Without getting in the water. So in theory, Uski could do his little shadow switchy or bobber thing and take a rope over.
Yes, he could.
Yeah. I mean, I can't tie it. But I
Listen,
can hold it.
exactly. You're strong enough to get the halfling and the gnome across, and one of them can tie it.
The halfling's probably better with knots.
Actually not
Yeah, I was
heavy.
gonna say I'm good with my hands. If that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna frame it that
Well,
way.
this is
It's a little bit like that old riddle, though, with the chicken and the fox and the boat. You know, who's going to be by themselves with the warg?
I will.
She's got cookies.
Yeah, I've got cookies. I'm also evasive as shit, and you have no reason to eat me yet, so we're good.
Yeah.
I'm probably a little too rangy for your taste. I'm not one of those nice plump halflings. More of a Took than a Baggins.
Yeah. He's probably it's like one of those roaster chickens, like.
I say we do it. Someone chuck me across or something, and I'll tie a rope.
Okay.
Or we could do it that way.
Whichever way works. However you guys determine it.
Usi's already walking towards the bank, though, just to get an idea and see if we can still see the tower.
Oh, as we get closer, yeah.
Yeah, as you get closer, the tower is even more evident, as it is now 100 feet in the air. So it may have grown during the time frame that you've walked over this way, and the kobolds all scattered once you enter that area.
So
It's the Krishnamon. We need to run.
Was new, right? Yeah. I don't remember this before. This. I'm pretty sure this is new.
It's Riley. We are summoning the Elder Gods.
I read a book about this thing. It's called the Krishnamon. We need to run. We don't want to be anywhere near this thing.
Is it solid, or does it look Trent?
So it looks. So you would normally think that a crystalline structure would reflect the light back. This seems to almost be absorbing the light. It still looks crystalline, but it's not like shining in your face the way you would normally think something crystal would when sunlight hit it.
Can we hear like the theme to 2001: Space Odyssey?
Are there any like obvious openings, or like, are we close enough to see any details like that, or is it just like
from the bank? Let's see how that's. You were going to this bank, so
yeah, right about there. It's about maybe not.
Not really, not from that distance.
Okay, so it's just a weird.
We're gonna have to get out there and walk around that wall.
Yeah, how high is that wall?
So that wall is only about 10 feet above the water.
I should be able to do that. I should be able to get up onto the top.
And the width of the top of the wall is a good 4 feet. It does look like someone could easily walk along the perimeter of that wall.
Okay. I'll get up there.
Someone measured this out before he suggested the plan.
I have a question regarding the wall.
Go ahead.
This general area. So you had mentioned that this is flooded. Clearly, they didn't intend for these buildings to be underwater. Yep. So what? This wall, did it serve a particular purpose in bisecting this area? And bisecting Omu? Like, was it intentionally segregated?
Which wall?
The big round one down there?
Yeah.
Okay, so the big round wall, that one actually is the outer wall to the inner city. It looks like that area might have been the richer area.
Okay.
With the king that used to rule here.
Thou shalt not unless you're Yuan-Ti.
Yeah, that is also the area the Yuan-Ti are now living in.
Yeah. It's less relevant to the game and more just like, ooh, world building. I want to know. Yeah, sorry. I was just curious.
It's all good. It definitely looks like that was probably where the king of Omu used to live, and that was like the higher end ruling class area. Now the Yonti have taken it over and are, doing Yonti stuff there.
Mm.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, sorry. Back to plan.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We're giving Uski some rope. He's going to do his thing over to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You smaller people with fingers can go over and tie it off so that the tall, gangly, heavier guy can, shimmy across without pulling Uski into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then he's going to invert, get the other side of the rope, if he has to fight it off, whatever. And, we'll just keep that going. And, well, we only have to do it once because we can walk around the perimeter of the wall then. So we can leave the rope in place so we have a way back in case there's an emergency.
Yes.
It's a good idea.
Speedy escape.
Not my first capital burglary. I mean,
I mean liberation of arts and artifacts.
Yeah, of precious artifacts.
Repatriation. That's
I did not grow up watching Hudson Hawk obsessively. I am not going to sing songs to the timeout our thefts at all.
Hudson
And
Hawk. I've not thought about Hudson Hawk in a long time.
I love that movie.
Oh my god. Okay, so how does Uzi do?
Terrible. Hudson Hawk. Anyway, so we're going around the wall.
Yeah.
With that plan, and Willow saying that she was willing to be the one to go over with the warg initially by herself, go ahead and give me a dexterity check for tying the rope off, Willow. Because getting you across is pretty easy so long as Uski is holding on to his end of the rope.
Alright.
Yeah, you definitely find like a old crenellation where you can tie it around.
Okay.
Allow the others to come across. And it's only 17 feet, so unless Esk totally flubs his athletics check.
Why would you set me up for that failure? I don't know why.
Why would you say it out loud and jinx me?
Right. I mean, if it's that easy, do I even need to roll? I mean,
Yes.
And with the exception of we are the light crew, so I'm pretty sure he can hold it for any of us.
Yeah.
Esky weighs 168 pounds. He's just really tall and gangly.
You are able to make it across just fine. And now you are on this center area. As you are walking around, you can see crocodiles wallowing in the mud.
I knew it. Esky just like flat out says it too. He's like, I knew the water was a bad idea.
We're just playing Frogger IRL. Don't worry about it.
But my brother's gonna love that. He loves gator skin boots.
I look down at my T-Rex boots. Like, I empathize. I have recently developed an affinity for them.
You guys have bonded over your love of footwear.
Ugly footwear. Yes. I'm down for this character development.
Yeah. Every pair of shoes needs a home, even the ugly ones.
Okay. Let's see. As you walk around the top of this ruined wall, you can see two columns flanking the entrance to this particular center area. It is carved with images of long-legged birds with needle-like beaks, and at the building's front, sliding steps ascend to an entry arch. However, as you've already got that cube from the wizards, we will redirect your attention to the tower. And
These are the cubes you're looking for.
And as you walk around and come to like this corner here, you can definitely see it might be over on, let's see, I will do it again this time in a different color. It looks from your vantage point like there might be something entrance like there. It's a little hard to get a clear view.
Damn it. That was the other path.
But it is at least something that looks like it might be a archway And it looks like there might be more of that crystalline structure that actually comes out before dipping down into the water, as though it's a actual, what do you call that? I am blanking on the term, if there is a term.
Like
what was it?
Patio.
Like a ring.
It's
A
like
patio.
a crystalline patio. I'm going with that.
I
A
like
balcony,
it.
perhaps.
Balcony, yeah.
Widow's Walk.
Parapet.
There's definitely balconies above you, going around almost as in a spiral up the tower. The first one is about 60 feet up. But I'm still going with crystalline patio.
Okay.
I like crystalline patio.
How tall is that building?
That building is standing about 15 feet above the water.
Okay. I'm going to try to get over there. But to do that, I got to actually jump in the water because it's too far.
Okay.
Rule, you fool! Get out of the road! Yes, that was a quote from Willow. Sue me.
Bad book.
I wouldn't know yet.
I know you still haven't watched it yet. You don't believe in your homework.
Oh, but you should see it. It's good. It's a great movie. Or
I know.
maybe great for an operative word. I like it.
It's on the list.
The books are even better.
I haven't read the books. I heard the books were cool.
So you're jumping
They are.
in the water?
Yeah. So his plan is to jump in the water. I'm assuming the current probably goes here to the west,
So,
around this, in the front of there.
yeah, so it kind of goes from the waterfall down to the south, and then it eddies in between the buildings and continues down to the south again. So from where the tower is, the main water is kind of like rushing around it,
Okay.
and then kind of like darting in between the building that your companions are on and the one that you are trying to get to.
Okay. I guess that's what I'm asking though. So if I jump in right there, what direction is that current going?
That's going to, if you're looking at the map, it'll go to the left, away from the tower.
Okay, right. Okay, so it's going to go west. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So he's going to jump off this corner kind of towards the tower and try to stay in the current long enough to get his double on that building so he can swap into that spot.
Okay, go ahead and give a strength check to see how well you're resisting the current, and then give me a D100. Strength-wise, you are angling yourself, so it's pulling you to the west, but you angle yourself, so it takes you a while to get across, but you are able to keep on task where you're attempting to go.
I'll lean down to Fitz and just be like, what is he doing?
I think he's leading the crocodiles away from us.
Yeah. And with that unfortunately is below 25. So you do see two very large crocodile heads start angling towards you, and I am
Eldritch
need
Blast.
initiative checks.
Eldritch Blast. Just Eldritch Blast.
Oh.
Just Eldritch Blast. No initiative. Just Eldritch Blast. Sneak attack. Eldritch Blast.
And it's a surprise round because I didn't even know I was doing
Yep,
it.
I initiated it before you said roll initiative. Before you said initiative, I said Eldritch Blast. Sneak attack. I won the roll.
It's like calling shotgun. Whoever
Yep.
yells first.
I
wins.
yelled dibs, and it's like
Dibs.
spoons.
Whoever's left.
Spoon is mine.
God. Yes, you had siblings. Yes. Good tell.
So, then ask.
I called it. It's my
I did.
turn.
I was outside and I said it. It counts. You stole my seat. I called it.
Okay, Willow, you are up first. From where you're at, you could see Uski angling through the water, heading over to the building, and then these two very large crocodile heads. You could almost say they were giant crocodile heads. Angling towards him.
Okay.
They probably swim better than him.
Probably.
Definitely.
They
Tucker's like,
I'm doggy paddling.
This was not a good idea. This was not a good idea.
Now, I will say they are a good 70 feet away from him still. But they're swimming much faster than him.
Okay.
Uski, what is your swim speed? Because it would be your normal speed halved and less.
25.
Okay. They seem to be going about twice as fast as he is then.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And that's just the two we see.
Yeah. So they don't seem to have seen us though, right? Like they're not looking at us, those two. They're just following Uzi.
Well, their attention is definitely on Uski. Though they probably were watching you up on the building, hoping that you'd fall into the water.
Okay.
But he definitely has their attention.
Okay. I'm more wondering if I can do what I did before with like ducking down on this roof and using the vantage to quote unquote hide from them just for sneak. That's all.
I would say as their attention is on Uski, I will go ahead and say yes to that. And because you can use your bonus action to hide so that it would lose you for a moment.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely.
So then I will do that, pull out my short bow, shoot it, and
Yeah.
I'm closest to him. Yay. And this is psychic, since I'm hidden.
Okay. You definitely see that first one. It kind of like thrashes as your arrow pierces the back of its head. And it definitely seems to have not liked that at all.
After I shoot it, I'm gonna duck back down and try and maintain being hidden.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I will have it do a quick perception check to see if, since its attention was definitely on Uski. Yeah, no, it does not know where you are, so you're good. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I just sent Tucker a whisper, but outside of that, a literal whisper, like my name. Sorry, wrong character. But yes, I just realized I called her Whisper. It's Willow. But anyway, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's all I can do, really.
So the croc that just got hit by the arrow, not knowing where the arrow came from, is going to continue on towards Uski. Now, I said it was 70 feet from him, so it is going to have to use its action to dash to get up to him. So it uses its whole turn to swim up to you.
How big is it?
So it is a huge creature.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, this thing is really big. Its whole mouth probably could swallow you. Yes, aquatic dash. Activate. But it used its turn to get up to you, so it cannot do anything else right now. But this gigantic, huge crocodile is now right up next to your tail. Esk, it is now your turn.
Yeah, he sees them approaching. He's just like, no. Does one of these, again, just backhand motion, because that's not as much effort as he gives anything. And a bunch of shards of rock from the wall just like go flying forth as my Eldritch Blast. And 2 beams. So 1 for 23 and 1 for 16 at the closest crocodile to, Uski.
All right, both of those do hit.
So one's for 15 and the other one's for 8.
Okay, so 23 total.
Yes, and I shall inform Uski that he has some friends gaining on him rather rapidly.
From your vantage, it looks like your attacks have definitely hurt this creature pretty rapidly. You can already see blood coming down its back.
Ooh, blood in the water. Where's the piranhas when you need them?
They come next.
Okay.
Phipps.
Okay, let's see here.
Go boom, boom.
So he's in the water, so throwing fire into the water does not seem like the right operative move here.
Fine. Makes steam. Steam hurts too.
Let's see here. I've got lightning bolt. Lightning bolt seems like a worse idea.
Stick with the fire.
I've got acid arrow. I could cast acid arrow, I guess. So what's it? I think it's a ranged attack roll. Okay, let me get that down here. Come on. Give me something. I'll try it on the other. I'll open up another roller. Or is it already going to be up by the time I do this? Nope, it's not. Okay. So I've got a 1. No, then plus. Modified, I get a 9. So that probably does not hit.
Nope, that one misses.
All right. So I only get the 1 from acid arrow. I think I do. So I cast acid arrow and it goes wide.
Okay. Sizzles
There you go.
into the water, as it were.
Yeah. Yep. I don't like this one. Aiming. Yeah.
Aiming. You've been very bad, Mr. Thimble.
Uski.
Okay. Actually, it's just one. We see them. We see them all. Thank you, little snack. We appreciate it. And tall shrivelly elf, we appreciate it. And then he will use his bonus action to make his double up here. And he will there's one right on him, right? Like right in front of him?
Like right on your tail.
Okay. He will turn and he'll try to bite him.
Okay.
Snout.
Yeah, 22 hits.
It doesn't get the rage damage. My thing shouldn't be on, but it's got the 5. I've got a toggle on that shouldn't be on.
Okay, so 8 points.
Yep. And then I will claw. Actually, because I'm using my claws. I'm going to try to bite him twice because I'm paddling.
Okay. Yeah, 23 hits.
Okay. And technically, he's got 2 strength saves or to be knocked prone, which I don't know how that happens in the water, but
I am not sure. I'm going to have to think
He's a
about that.
crocodile, so it's like crocodile wrestling. You just flip him over on his back.
20 and 18 for the strength saves.
okay. And then I will action surge and dodge.
Okay. So they will have disadvantage on any attack against you then.
That's correct.
All right. The second croc, also having been about a little over 70 feet away, is going to use its action to dash and come up kind of, it's still coming up behind you, but this other one is kind of in its way. So it kind of like snaps at the other one's tail irritably. But it uses its action to try to get into range of you. And it kind of dives down, so you're not, those of you up at top can still see its form. It looks like it might be trying to get underneath the other one, but it's not on the surface anymore. Willow.
All right. Cool. I mean, whichever one is closest, I suppose. Because I don't.
To us or to Uski? To us or to him?
To Uski.
Okay.
I'm a little less. I mean, maybe it's just me. I'm slightly less worried about it scaling the wall. Just a little bit. I feel like I have a little more time to get away.
Are you now?
They suddenly grow wings.
Challenge accepted. Climb speed 10.
They are huge. They probably can get you.
Yeah, we're not that high.
No. Oh, I'm sure they can still get me.
We're
But
like
she's
2 feet
more
up.
your maneuverability than her own. Plus, there are 2 other targets here with her, so her odds are 1 in 3.
Yeah,
anyway.
but you fit in their mouth
she's-
in one chomp.
So do you. So
Nope, I don't.
she's gonna
I'm
shoot
super
one.
Let
She's
me
shooting
real quick. Yeah, so you do have advantage on this, by the way.
Okay.
Because I just rolled
Okay.
and they didn't see you after
Okay, good. Yay.
your arrow and whatnot as well. So you have advantage.
Okay.
And even if you didn't have advantage, because Uski is within 5 feet of this, you would still get your sneak attack.
Yes, Nick. Okay. So let's hope that advantage gets it for me. So yeah, I'm attacking the one closest to Uski still.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Hey. 28 this time. Still psychic.
Okay.
And now, but
Would you like to describe how this croc dies?
the toothache.
It's definitely nice and dramatically. The bow or the arrow just shoots straight through the top of his skull and concaves it a little bit, and then it sinks down into the water.
Okay. The water
And
around Uski is now red with blood.
See,
What else would you like to do on your turn?
just do the DC to maintain my hiddenness, my concentration check.
Go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Okay. Wrong number.
Okay.
Alright.
And that croc is now dead. So we are back to Esk.
Esk will. Well, last time was his right hand, so this time it's his left hand. Goes ahead, throws out another Eldritch Blast, 2 blasts again. 1 for 13, 1 for 16. Clearly he's right-handed.
Yep, the 16 hits.
Very well. That one is just 3 damage. Boo.
Okay, and as your Eldritch Blast is going into the water, the red water to hit the shadowy form that's underneath the water, you can kind of see.
I hit that one instead by accident. Yes.
Are you going to the one that Willow just killed? Because that's actually different if that was the one you were aiming for.
No.
Okay. What else would you like to do?
That's all I got.
All right, Fitz.
They're just giant crocodiles. I'm not wasting valuable spell energy upon them.
I think I'm gonna cast
They get cantrips. That's it.
You're gonna just using the cantrips. I'm gonna cast a boosted magic missile. I'm gonna do it as a 3rd level spell. I'm gonna hit all 3 bolts at the one croc, and it's gonna be 9 damage total for all 3 of them.
From where you're at, you see the shadowy form in the water kind of thrash as your bolts hit it.
Mm-hmm.
And its nose is now turning towards the body of the one that's dead that is drifting away from Uski.
Mm.
So it is now Uski's turn, unless there is something else you'd like to do.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay. Uski.
So I swap with the double so that I'm up on that roof over here. And then I will hang out at the edge right here, holding my action for if it comes within range.
Okay. It is now its turn. It's going to snap at your double that is now in the water and do its multi-attack. First bite is a 27 to hit.
Oh, yeah, it just disappears.
Okay. And from where you're at, you can, as its mouth kind of like closes on your double and it disappears, it stops and just kind of, now its head is above the water, but it seems to have just be trying to process not having something in its mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Really confused.
Asky leans down to Fitz and says, "The Force can have an amazing impact on the weak-minded."
Willow.
Uh-oh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's your turn. Let's see if it does not see you.
Ah, sucker. It's like, where are all these tiny barbs coming from? I don't like them. Same deal.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, the 28 hits.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to start retrieving arrows at some point because I don't have an infinite quiver. It's all worked out. For now, I'm just gonna make everybody pincushions.
Okay. It's got another arrow in it. It's got the little divots from both Esk and Fitz's attacks. And it is now, I am guessing that you choose to hide again to,
Yes, sorry, let me make that roll again. For my stubbies. Okay.
Esk.
Esky's going to just continue what works with his completely bored blasts. Oh man, that one described that, look at that. We gotta. He gave it more than just a casual brush off that time. It was more of a both hands just. So one's a critical hit. I don't think the 14 hits from what I recall.
The 14 does hit. Its armor class is 14, so it just hits.
Wait, there you go. He's taken a total of 16 damage that time around.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And he got jazz hands. Both of them. He didn't die fast enough. Eskrim for to be somewhat offensive.
Okay.
And if it's still floating, he's going to look at Willow and be like, I think this one doesn't understand its place in life.
It'll learn it fast.
All right. Fitz.
All right. What do I? Well, I don't want to burn too many more spells on this thing either.
It's the mother.
Yeah, let's go with the firebolt. That should be a ranged attack, and let's see if I can actually hit. Oh, nice. Yeah, I got 21. That should hit.
That definitely hits.
All right. And what's the damage on that one? Let me look that up real fast.
1 million. It's just
1
static.
million.
It says so right there.
Right there. Let's see. I think it's like can't be like a D6 or something. Well, show me something.
Firebolt is a D10.
D10. Lovely. Oh, there we go. I will.
But it's
It escalates.
right?
If you're a higher level, it might be more than that because they don't get 1.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
I'm level
you
10
get to add your intelligence because you're an evocator.
Nice. So let's actually do it that way then. 2d10 and my intelligence. And that's a total of 10.
Okay. It definitely did not like that. You can, even from where you're at on top of the wall, you can kind of smell the odd smell of the singed flesh, kind of in between a chicken and a fish smell.
It smells much better than the red things did.
Yeah. Has a little ways to go before it's all done, well done yet, but we will get there.
Yeah. All right, Uski.
How far is it from me?
So it is kind of in the middle of that channel, so it should only be like 20 feet from you.
Okay. I will.
Yeah, like 20, 25.
I will try to telekinetic shove it
Okay.
towards me.
Towards you.
Like I'll try to pull it into me. But I mean, it's gonna succeed on its strength save because it's just a DC 12 strength save. But he's gonna try anyway. Oh, but I rolled a 1, so at least my thing goes back up.
Cool.
But it doesn't move.
No, it doesn't move. You can kind of see, like it, since it is a telekinetic thing, it kind of blinks and its head starts moving towards the side of its body that it felt something try to move it. And as it is a croc and its eyes are on top of its head, it's going to snap at the water, thinking, oh, there's something there, but there isn't. And then it is going to move towards your building, Uski, and begin attempting to climb up. Now, I had said that that was 15 feet above the water. And this does not have a climb speed, so it is going to have to do a strength check to see if it can even gain purchase. Which it does. So it does start climbing up towards you. But it doesn't make it all the way up because it had to swim 20, 25 feet towards you and then start climbing up. So it only makes it maybe 5 or 10 feet up the wall. You can kind of see where its snout is. It's trying to get up towards you, but it's not there yet. A willow.
Huh.
If it is climbing and looking at us,
Well, no, it's not
I would
looking
like to.
It's not looking at you. It's looking at Uski.
Oh, okay. Oh, well then I've got a nice big broad target that is its back.
Yep.
Has it spotted me?
It did. Let me double check. I do not believe it did.
Oh, I had the 15, I think.
It definitely did not.
Ah, I'm gonna shoot him in the back, like a brave person.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
I like a roll if you're shooting it in the back.
Hey, who's gotta do?
No, I said I love it.
Oh, you love it. Okay, I didn't hear the first bit I cut out.
Yeah.
Well,
would you like to describe how this sinks into the water?
Just killing everything tonight.
Yeah,
You're
she's
stealing
doing
my hell.
so much damage with each of her hits.
That 5d6 is certainly a big help.
Yeah, it's the sneak attack. Since I'm sniping all the kills. Yeah, same thing. I'm just actually for this one I'm just going to shoot it in its back, and I probably don't expect it to be that good, but maybe it flops off of the wall and just sinks down into the water. Same thing.
I would say as its body begins sinking into the water, Uski at least, because he's a little closer to the water, you can see fish swarming around the bodies.
There you go, Chester. Your piranhas are here.
Yay.
Yay!
Doesn't help us get into the tower. Just confirms that that's not a place I'm going to go.
You know what? It's exfoliating. You know, that's all it is. It's a skin treatment.
Yeah.
Then ladies first.
I'm backing away now from the edge because the alligators weren't scary, but piranhas.
Yeah.
Alligators are one big target. There's lots of piranhas and they're fast.
There's a lot of little fishies in the blood water. Okay. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before we wrap up? Uski, from your vantage point, you can definitely see there is an archway leading into this tower.
How high up?
So it's at water level. There's kind of like a crystalline ramp going into the water that leads into the archway.
Yeah. We see hungry little fishies. You might want to fly.
I look over at Eskrim because he's the reason I flew last time, looking all excited, like, fly?
As I'm like, fly, that's right, I have the broom, of course. I did not think of that.
Willow's gonna write on her arm in Sharpie like Fitz plus broom, and just so every time we have a how are we gonna cross this thing situation, she'll look at her arm in thought and go, oh yeah, Fitz, you have a fucking broom. I wonder if you could just fly across. You know, we'll learn the lesson eventually.
I like hanging out with you guys. What can I say? It's just,
I don't want to leave you guys behind. It feels rude.
Adversity without taking the easy way. You guys are amazing.
So yeah, I could carry Willow across on the broom too, theoretically. Yay. Next time, that's right.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah.
We need to create a little side cart for it, like on a motorcycle. Like side broom.
Awesome. Yes. I would hope so. I want to get it. I want to get it shopped.
Oh my god! Or wait, like just leave a little basket and tie it to the bottom.
Yeah.
You guys should totally have the conversation with Hulk then, considering he's the artificer.
Yeah. There should be a side basket to the broom of flying. I agree. Something that doesn't throw off aerodynamics.
Yeah, we wouldn't want that. No.
Yeah.
I'm just a roll. They put like handlebars on the bottom for someone to hang on the bottom.
God, yes.
And then like feet pegs in the back, so like they could be like arched, but they've got something to hold on to there.
A rack on the back.
Yeah, we're just gonna make a coat rack. It'll be a flying coat rack with
that would be better. The flying coat rack.
Great.
It's got the legs on the bottom.
Yes.
Whoa.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
This is a very nice thing that we could have. Why are you talking shit?
I support this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Wait.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream for
Okay. Let's call it.
No, call it right now.